Welcome again. Thank you for checking out this episode. If you guys don't know what we're talking about or even have any idea what all this is about, we are essentially a Visual K podcast. We have a really crucial mission here, Aaron. Can you fill in for our new audience that's listening to this?
Yeah, again, we totally forgot to mention that in the last episode, because the one main thing, we are here to pee together. Yeah, well, pee, of course, no, don't take it wrong. We're not actually peeing together, right? So it stands for to promote, to share the experience, and to share the excitement together.
Yes, that's actually what we're trying to do, and how we are trying to pee together, or as Aaron said, to promote, engage, and excite our audience. And for those of you that's still listening to this, that's already Visual K band, like, welcome back, of course. But for those that are listening for the first time, I hope you guys have an idea what we're talking about. But if you guys are more interested to find out what we're talking about in general, I highly recommend check out our first few episodes. It's not very long. You can honestly do it in one sitting. So at least take a listen to episode 1, where me and Aaron welcomed ourselves and talk about kind of what Visual K is about, because I think that's gonna really help out, make your experience to listen to this podcast or the later episodes more engaging, and it's gonna make more sense to you, especially if you're looking for new music as well, and if you love the Japanese culture. This is gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna do wonders for you. We're at this point where we're still talking about some very pivotal bands that help build or contribute to shaping the foundation of Visual K. And if you haven't known about any of these bands, we highly recommend that you go back to check them out. We talked about X Japan being one of them, Dead End second, and then we talked about Durland on the previous episode. And now we're going to continue the trend and talk about another pivotal band. This is kind of more knowing kind of a little bit more about this band, because heard of their name before, heard of a few songs, and of course I'm talking about BAKU. So BAKU,
you gotta say,
what can you say about BAKU, Aaron? Can you actually tell us about why this band is very important to this? Actually, I feel like, okay, I'm gonna take a step back and say this, but I feel like this is the start of where we're starting to see more and more bands that's fashioned kind of more closer to BAKU. Actually, I feel like they kind of start to create this very dominant, in terms of visual looks and in terms of sound, and even saying. I feel like it became kind of more of a staple found amongst Visual K. After this band, you can start to see kind of more similar bands that is like that style.
And why they're so popular?
Yeah,
it's because Atsushi Sakura was one super hot guy to the female fans. No, just kidding. Just kidding.
I actually thought, I actually was dumbfounded for a moment. I'm like, wait, are you sure are you sure that's
No, of course not. Because for the audience who's listening right now, but correct me if I'm wrong, because I just feel like they're pretty much the first band that's shows the classic gothic element. That's the way they sound.
Yeah. It kind of does, right? It's I kind of mentioned this a little bit on the past episode. I did mention kind of a little bit of that very haunty, ooh, scary kind of vocals, right? But I feel like for BAKU, they actually literally turned that from a 5 to literally a 12. Right?
Because if you're listening to their very, very, very old song, actually back in the 80s, the way they sound, it sounds, I don't know how to say, just so 80s.
Yeah.
You can totally tell for the audience when you look it up, play the song, it's oh my god, this is so 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really sounds super in that era, hair. I call it the parallel to that will be hair metal, in the West.
Funky? Should I call it funky?
Not kind. Well, funky, because funk is a very different, it's a very different genre, but I'll say it's definitely more in that 80s hair metal in the West. I'll say that's the equivalent.
And I found the name very, very interesting, like Batik. Why is it called Batik? And then it turned out it's actually like it's based on their Japanese word BAKU, which means firecracker. So it's just based on the sound of it, they turn it into it sounds like Batik.
Yeah.
So that's why they renamed their band names called Batik.
Oh yeah, it's very interesting. Like, the way how you brought it, like a lot of Japanese culture, especially the language, is used in a lot of, like they call it onomatopoeia, which means you hear a sound and you just replicate that sound by saying it in an English way, like like boom, like an explosion.
I'm very glad they changed the new name because they were originally called Hinagogo.
Yeah, what's that?
It sounds kind of lame.
Wait, can you say it again?
Hinagogo.
That actually almost sounds like some nursery rhyme.
Well, the translation says it's called criticism gogo.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't definitely. Yeah, I'll say it definitely does not have right.
It doesn't fit what the band were trying to go, like, what meant for the transition from the 80s toward, right now. Classic goth.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
It's kind of crazy. Like, for those of you that don't know about BAKU, like we are obviously mentioned, like they are definitely the biggest influence in terms of influencing definitely more of the goth side of things in terms of like the style, right? From the singing to the visual looks. It's very interesting because they start off as like this normal 80s band, right? Like it's just like it almost sounds like a happy like punk rock, like light punk rock, I'll say. But then they kind of just went like 900 degrees to like goth rock, right? Like it's just very unexpected.
So like I think that's what made them very, very famous. But I think I gotta say another reason like Atsushi Sakura was one very hot guy. That could be another reason.
It could be, actually. There's a sensualness to him, right? Like a vampire. I think that's what it is. I think that just goes back to Twilight again, right? Like,
Oh, Twilight.
Like, like vampires. There's something about vampires or like kind of like that aesthetic where a lot of people are drawn to it. I personally like that style too, somewhat. But I'm not too extreme about it. But yeah. Going back to like BAKU as well, right? We listened to 3 eras of their music. We started with their very early days, which is like, wow, it's not even close to what they are now.
Yeah.
Like 2000s was where they really went like full on. They embraced that, right? And then we actually just touched up on our knowledge a little bit, and we listened to something they released 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And they actually sounded very consistent. Like it's still very gothic, but I feel like it's more like toned down a slight bit, but not that much. But it's still obviously there.
Yeah, but it's just a coincidence that there was 2 Sundays ago. It was the death of Atsushi Sakurai. The death of his 2 years ago, and the audience noticed like he doesn't look right.
Like really sick.
Looks sick, and then having had a hard time to. He had to sit down and then to sing the second song, but like he couldn't carry on, and then the staff just pulled him away to the backstage and rushed him to the hospital. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to tell, right? Especially when like life is just so fragile, and at any point anything can happen, right? And it's just such an unfortunate way to go. I think it's something very similar happened to Ozzy Osbourne actually, where he was doing his live and people could see he was struggling a lot to do his final live, but like the fact that he still did it is incredible because that's what people are going to remember you for, right? The legacy. And I think it's great for what they created, right? Since from the very inception of the band's start in the 80s and then now into this late 2000s, right? I think it's achievement, right? You can't really say the same thing for bands that,
right. That was really a shocking news, like even for the overseas fans as well. And then another thing, like a couple of my best friends, they were in Japan the day before. This is the night before. They were ready to see their live. Yeah. And as soon as I got the news, right, from my ex. Yeah. I quickly messaged them, hey, he died. They're like, what? Oh yeah, like cause like they were so ready to see them the next day, and like, there you go, like unexpectedly.
Yeah, it happens. I always find like it's very unfortunate when You're like, especially if you're a fan of a particular artist or band, where you're so ready to see them, and then you're like, okay, it's really just like minutes or even hours away, right? And then something like tragic like that happens. It's such an unfortunate. It's just such an unfortunate thing to happen at the end of the day, right? Like it almost feels like sometimes we take life for granted, even for like things like this, right? It's crazy. But I mean, at the end of the day, what matters is, this is how I see it, is even though the person may not be here with us, the music is gonna be carrying on in decades and years.
His spirit, his music, carry on, his voice.
Yep.
Right? But I'm good saying that the band still continue, right? Without him.
Yeah.
And not, of course, not finding a new vocalist, because like to me, a band, when the vocalist is a different person, then it's not the same band anymore.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you. I actually believe a band is not the same anymore.
Yeah.
Without the vocalist.
If you find it, like, I'm sorry for other band member, like guitarist, drummer, yeah, they could be replaced, but the voice, they cannot be replaced, because the voice of the band, that's what defines the band.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what most people really like about a band, because the voice.
Yeah.
Right. Or could be the lyric that this vocalist wrote. Right.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When a band changed the vocalist, they changed the name as well. Then.
No, I 100% agree. And for those of you audience out there that's listening to this, do you have a favorite vocalist that you like from a particular band that unfortunately recently passed away? Let us know. I think a good one for me is definitely Linkin Park. Definitely like losing Chester is. Yeah. It's just a weird feeling. It's not quite the same.
Yeah.
Like I heard their latest stuff. It sounds good, but there's something missing. Absolutely.
Yeah, and also like very interesting fact, like Atsushi Sakurai.
Yeah.
He wasn't always the vocalist for the band.
Really?
He started as the drummer for the band.
What a change in pace. It's like,
exactly.
All right, guys.
Exactly.
I'm singing now.
Yeah, he did. He was so dedicated to singing, so he suggested to the band, like, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, like he gave the band his recording or his tape.
Yeah.
Right, and showed it to the band, and they, oh my God, this is good.
Yes. It is still quite different. Like you hear this a lot in kind of like bands and stuff, right? Normally it's either the drummer becomes the bassist or the bassist becomes the guitarist, right? That kind of happens very common, but like you don't really see a whole lot of, hey, a guitarist. Like you mostly see a guitarist is gonna do the singing. That happens more often than the drummer. Yeah. Just doing fully vocals, right?
It's definitely another band that shows their passion with the music.
Yeah.
Right. It's just carry on. Like no matter how old they get, no matter even one man gone. Hey, we're still here, guys.
We're still here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, for our audience, like, right, I do highly recommend that, for you guys out there, a quick little thing for you guys. Please take a look at Bucktick. Actually, take a look to see how you feel about this band. Do you think they look gothic? I'm kind of curious. Like, like I feel like the term gothic is such a it's so hard to describe sometimes, right?
Exactly. Like sometimes, like for me, like as a foreigner, like don't know much about the whole, like the complete whole like Western pop culture, right?
Yeah.
Like the gothic or whatever, metal, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But I cannot define. All I know is, this is gothic, right? Or should I call it a classic goth?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
What do you
Because like when you say gothic, it's not what you guys see or what you guys think.
Yeah.
Right. Or you usually see on the street.
Yeah.
Right. But like when I see it, it's the vibe that I got. That's gothic.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the energy. I think, like based on what you said, Aaron, I actually believe that this is the best definition of essentially a gothic band, because like it encompasses it, right? And it not only sounds like gothic, right? There's a lot of synths, a lot of pads, even the singing really resemble like something that could be in a vampire movie.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of when you actually see them on screen, where you're like, wow, they actually literally look like from like the 1500s of England or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So
for the song recommendation, guys, well, I first started with the song Romance. That's how I got the impression of them being goth. Yeah. Right. And then second song Kagero, right? And what was the really old song that we listened to?
It's this hurry back mode, I think that was what it was called. But anyways, we will definitely write it down again in the description below. But it's again like a song I was just like, it sounds kind of cool, let's give it a shot.
But like, that's the old song that is so 80s. It's absolutely 80s.
Yeah, I think we were just laughing at how iconically 80s
exactly.
it sounds.
Oh my god, this is just so 80s.
Yeah, do you know what? I actually doubted I was listening to the same band for a second. I was like, are we listening to the same band?
Right. Yeah. Considering that they all look kind of different too.
Yeah.
Right. They look more a bit toward like X Japan, but they wanted to look a bit different.
Yeah.
So that's what. Guess what? They just straight like do their hair all straight up, super long, straight up.
Yeah, that's super it's pretty much like if you've seen DBZ Super Saiyan hairs. But yeah. So for those of our audience out there, what do you think about Bucktick? Are you interested in this band? If you are, we highly recommend you to check out a few things. If you're already a fan or someone that is more in tune and know more knowledge about Bucktick, let us know. We don't have any information.
Please comment below. Tell us more about their history, their fun moments, their funny stories. Let us know, right? It is like one of those iconic bands that we cannot be forgotten.
Yes, actually, if you guys have something interesting, please share with us, because at the end of the day, we are always trying to do the 3-letter acronym P. Essentially, we always want to promote and kind of engage and kind of experience together kind of like the different eras of Visual Kei as a musical scene, right? And as a stylish scene, because like there's different phases of it. What we're doing and what we're talking about are just very scratching the surface. There's obviously more to discuss about, but we just want to get everyone on board and on the same idea that, hey, this is very cool, I want to check it out. And that's kind of what our mission is.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Aaron, do you have any parting words for our dear listeners?
Well, I hope you guys really enjoy what we're doing here, right? Because essentially, like, we all want to be able to, get together, right? Let's just share the experience together, talk about the bands that we don't know, and you want to share about us, let us know any great bands out there, good song, right? And also share your experiences with them, because like, of course, we all crave for seeing them live. Right. Yeah, and honestly, if any of you folks out there that's listening to this, that's that lives in the Alberta area or even Calgary and Edmonton, we're definitely based from there. And if you're ever you're a Visual Kei fan, you want to come see a show, most likely the chances if you go see a show, you might see one of us there. So definitely, like, at the end of the day, let us know, hook us, let's get together, because at the end of the day, don't be shy, don't need to be afraid if anyone thinks like, maybe you think that the music's maybe a little bit difficult, or maybe there's no audience for it. There actually is. I'll definitely say don't be afraid to reach out to us, because at the end of the day, we're all like you, we all love the same thing. It's just we're not in the same room to enjoy it together. I think that's what it comes down to. Let's say music brings friends together.
All right, we're going to leave it at that. Thank you very much, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Catch us in the next episode, because we're going to continue our long journey and continue to talk about pivotal bands. What's our next band, Aaron, that our audience can look forward to?
Next band's interesting. Next band, what's next band? I gotta check. I gotta double check.
Let's practice our pronunciation. Today we're looking at the I sound. This sound is usually represented by this symbol, but it's also known as the short I sound.
Yeah,
I think there's another band before Glay, but if you guys want to hear about Glay, then we can start with Glay as well.
Yeah,
because they're in the same genre of the whole VK scene.
Anyways, thank you very much, guys. You can find us on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Thank you very much for listening. See you guys next week.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.